Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Simnaya. Hope you all are good. I came across a video from a woman. I don't know where she's from, but one thing for sure is that there are some people, no matter how they hide where they are from, once you look at them, you can tell where they are from. And mama, I can tell you are Asian. On a very serious note, I say it, it's written all over you. You decided to do comparison with my people because now what you all call black people, you guys call black people Democrats. Not just only did you say that, you also pulled some card that made me understand too that you are talking to my people, but that it's okay. The fact that you see that modern minority, you are pushing that card very well, but we know you people so much that, when I say you guys are cunning, very cunning, then I will keep you by the side. I am going to ask this. Why is it that white people do not like talking about race? They get so frightened when you talk about race because they cannot fathom, they don't want to even understand the truth. They don't want the fact that they look at you dead in the eyes and lie about history is just also a turn off not to even discuss race with them, because I have never seen them on the right side of even if you come out to tell me that you are standing with black people or marginalized group and all that, I still do not trust it because you all have given me so much reason not to trust anybody. I am not sorry to say that, but that is the reality. Let's get into this video.
It's pretty obvious between how the Democrats and the Republicans respond. When the Democrats are not happy about a situation, in particular a murder, this is how they respond. That was the Democrats' response to George Floyd's death. They went in the streets, they decided to block traffic, throw cinder blocks, rocks at cars, get in the way of cop cars, burn down their city, and they protested. They protested all in the fact that they were claiming that George Floyd's death was ignited by racism. They're doing it because they stood for a cause. Now let's see how Republicans have reacted to Charlie Kirk's death, someone that was murdered due to the fact that he had an opposing opinion to what the Democrats believe. Liberty University posted that all the students came together to pray for Charlie Kirk and his family. And that was Texas A&M coming together for Charlie Kirk. And that was in Orange County, California, where I reside, where they came together, they hugged and comforted each other for the death of Charlie Kirk. No violence, no burning of cars, no anger, just comfort. But I can't deny there was an incident that did happen at a vigil for Charlie Kirk. A fight did break out while they were chanting USA, and guess why? Because a loony liberal with a rainbow backpack decided to go into the crowd where they were celebrating and honoring Charlie Kirk's life peacefully and scream F Charlie Kirk. So of course emotions are high, and I am not excusing the violence. I don't think they should have reacted and responded the way that they did. But yeah, a fight broke out, and it wasn't random. It's because this idiot decided to walk into a crowd during a candlelight vigil for Charlie Kirk and scream F Charlie Kirk. In the end, the guy that screamed F Charlie Kirk, he is wearing a rainbow strap backpack. You can't see it in this image, but he does get arrested by police. See, the difference between the two is that one is based in faith in God and the other is based on demonic values. We can tell the difference. This is why the Democratic Party is falling apart, because it's rooted in evil. Oh, and the last thing I want to say for all the people that are saying that Charlie Kirk deserved his death, even President Trump, when he found out a Democrat judge that he criticized passed away, this is what he had to say about it.
She just died? Wow. I didn't know that. You're telling me now for the first time. She led an amazing life. What else can you say? She was an amazing woman. Whether you agreed or not, she was an amazing woman who led an amazing life. I'm actually saddened to hear that. I am saddened to hear that. Thank you very much.
If you're wondering who he's referring to, it's Judge Ruth Ginsburg, which is a Democrat. And he was very vocal about criticizing her, making quotes like, "Her mind is shot, she should resign." But here's the thing that the Democrat loony liberals don't understand. The reason why people are upset that you're celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk and you're making your bullshit excuses like, just because he died doesn't mean it takes away the things that you felt he was doing that was hateful. See, but President Trump is the definition of what a leader and a mature person said, is that though he didn't agree with the career of what Ruth Ginsburg did, when she passed away, the reality of it, strip away the political stuff, she still has a family mourning her loss. And he even said it, whether you agreed with her career or not, he's still praising her for the fact that she stood up for what she believed in. She led a remarkable life. And I will say that about anyone, including when Joe Biden passes away. Even though I don't agree with a single thing he did as president, I still have to applaud the fact that he went out there and he became president of the United States, which is a very big deal. See, that's the difference between someone that's led by faith and someone that's led by the devil, is how you respond when it truly matters. And you liberals are proving to us that you guys are nothing but evil, evil creatures.
White people, let's talk about it. Let's talk about our violence, white violence. No more deflecting, no more blaming everything on everybody else. Let's confront ourselves. White people in America, our history is so extremely violent. And instead of confronting that, we continue to blame other people for the issues and the problems in this country, instead of just taking ownership of our part to play in everything, which is a huge part. Can we stop scapegoating other groups of people, please, and just look at ourselves? White people, it's time to talk about it. Like, it's long past time. Getting rid of other groups of people in this country is not going to make this country better. It's not going to make your life better. It's not going to make you better. I think white people are so scared to talk about race and to talk about white violence and white supremacy because they don't want to connect themselves to it. We don't want to feel like we're a part of the problem. But unless you're acknowledging the reality of how the US, this country, runs, you are a part of the problem. I truly believe in my heart, in my soul, that if you're born a white person in this country or on this planet, but I'll just speak about this country, part of that journey is to dismantle systems that have been built to oppress other people. The hard work of life is to confront yourself. How do I benefit from the way that things are? And how does my benefiting from those things harm other people? And instead of walking around with, 1,000-pound bag of shame on your back, consider it your responsibility to do that work. Consider it an opportunity that you are in the best possible position to make this world a better place by not accepting racist and prejudiced and oppressive systems for what they are and trying to contribute to changing them. Use the privilege that you have for good. I don't think that anybody can ever really love themselves without being honest about themselves, without being honest with themselves. And that work is painful and hard, but it's so worth it. White people, you don't have to consciously think that you're better than other people in order to contribute to harm against them. All it takes to contribute to harm is to stay silent and disengaged. White people, can we finally get this shit right? Can we finally take accountability? Can we finally look ourselves in the mirror and decide that this isn't good enough? We're not doing a good enough job. You aren't losing because somebody else is safe and cared for. You aren't losing because somebody different than you exists. White people, let's talk about it. Let's start having these conversations with ourselves and with each other. It's time.
In case you're new here, I want to make it very clear where my husband and I stand in all of the chaos that is happening here in the United States. And I'm going to say it one more time. We stand with marginalized people. We stand with Black people, Hispanic people, trans people, gay people, Muslim people, anyone who is being villainized in this very moment that you can think of, we stand for them. And I am tired as a white woman not seeing enough white people calling out the bullshit that is happening right now. If you've got Black friends, Hispanic friends, trans friends, gay friends, and you are being quiet and you are not calling out other white people when they start saying racist, transphobic, Islamophobic, any kind of horrible remarks, you are equally a part of the problem. We do not need to let other people be comfortable in their hatred anymore. It is our job as any progressive white person to stand up and call out bullshit when we hear it, and to make these people feel uncomfortable enough to go back into hiding or to second guess the things that they are supporting, doing, and saying. And no, we do not have to be close to these people, stay friends with these people, have relationships with these people if they are continuously saying things that hurt marginalized people. I have seen too many white people, the minute their Black friends aren't around, feel comfortable enough to sit there and listen to some bullshit that their friend might have to say that is racist and not stand up for their Black friend. And then you wonder why Black people don't want to fuck with us anymore. I am no longer going to not say anything to these people and be quiet. There is nothing okay with what is happening right now. And so if you are new to my page and you have started following us, I just want to let you know right here, right now, one more time, because I said it a few weeks ago, that this is where I stand. And if you come on this page and you spew any hate or any bull crap and you start talking about these other people, these marginalized groups, and you have no facts that even back up what you are saying other than Fox News, I will block you. That is it.
White people, can we please stop being so afraid to talk about race? It is just getting silly at this point. The same people who will worship our founding fathers and watch a shit ton of World War II documentaries are the same people who say they don't want to learn about the history of racism because it's not relevant anymore. Seriously? Racism, white supremacy, slavery are as integral to the founding of the United States of America as the Declaration of Independence. And it is our responsibility to learn from that, not run from it. Take a look at this statement made by Indiana State Representative Jim Lucas at a committee hearing earlier this week in Indianapolis.
I find it highly offensive to be accused of being racist just because of this legislation. My Hispanic Navajo wife gets the biggest kick out of that every time that word is thrown around, especially when directed at me.
Really, Jim? You have a Black friend too? This committee was considering a piece of legislation in Indiana that would require local law enforcement officers to report to federal immigration authorities anybody they suspect of being here in the country without documentation. There were several people that testified against this bill and expressed their concerns about the potential for racial profiling. And instead of listening to that concern, Representative Lucas just got offended. You can't possibly imagine how race could be an issue in policing in Indiana? Come on. This kind of response from a white man when the issue of race is brought up is exactly why we need better education about race in this country. There is a fundamental misunderstanding about the role of race in our history and how systemic racism is still impacting our lives today. Talking about race is not accusing a white person of being racist. It's just talking about the existence of racism. You know what's actually racist? Representative Lucas is pretending that systemic racism doesn't exist because you have a Hispanic wife. You're still white, Jim. you're still benefiting from the system of racism. Representative Lucas and other white members of this committee were just baffled that racial profiling could possibly be a concern when it comes to immigration enforcement. You combine that utter confusion with the fact that Indiana is considering a slew of anti-DEI legislation this session, it just shows how terrified white people are to have these critical, necessary conversations about the role race plays in our American society.
This might be a hot take, but there's a huge difference between being not racist and anti-racist. Growing up as a white person, I was not racist. I didn't say the N-word, but I also was terrified to participate in any sort of discussion about race. I sort of just stayed out of it, right? I was like, this isn't a problem I contribute to, but it's also not gonna be a problem that I help put an end to, I guess. Then I went to college at Brown, and that's where I learned that not being racist is in its own way contributing to racism. Because if you are too scared as a white person to call out the racism of other people or to critically examine your own biases, especially your implicit ones, that is still a contributing factor to the problem. And that's why I now make the content that I do, because I'm thinking back to all of these things that I heard as a child, and I'm seeing my entire life in a new light. Like, wow, this family was quite racist, this friend was racist, all these things that the people I went to high school with that they did, sort of critically examining it as well as my own biases. So if you are someone who continues to insist that you're not racist, you're probably contributing to the problem. There's always more to learn.
This is all I got from this video. And before there is something that I need to say. And that is, not the person that if I take a case to court, that doesn't mean that I am going to win. Not the person that took a case to court. You might actually not win the case. Right? The Asian woman, even I don't know where you're from, but before, sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but one thing I know for sure is that I will be coming for them as much as I can. I don't know where you are from, but just me looking at you, I know you are not white. So relax, relax. You are not white. It is not the person that first called father that we get into. I don't know how they say that, but I am sure you know where I am coming from. It's not everybody that scream father that we get into heaven. So if there is heaven, but some of you will be locked out in dungeon. You see the ones that started with amazing grace, your mouth there. See, I am trying to be happy at this point in time, because these people, if you keep talking about them in a serious way, man, how did my people meet these people on a very serious, and how did they even colonize my people? Because I don't get it. Okay, yeah, she's actually Asian. She did not colonize me, but how is she supporting her colonizers? I don't understand it. I got it now. Okay, back to me. Sincerely speaking, I really do not get it, because I could say it. The fact that this Asian woman knew that it was her people, her own people, their own people that did what they did. What is that comparison all about? Because from what I can see, your eyes still tells me who you are. I am able to know who you are just from me looking at you. But I will stop at that. Why are white people really why are they scared of talking about race? Why do they look for a way to push something to people that look like me when they are the problem? I don't know why they deflate when it is racism story, like, talk. I don't know why they say the truth and not talk about the truth. At this point in time, I do not care who stand with black people or other people of color. I do not care. because I do not believe anyone that say I stand with you, because you all have been playing this game for decades, and till this very moment you all are still playing the game. I remember Mama Tot. For those that know me very well, you all remember how much I talked about Mama Tot before election, right? Mama Tot, that they said Mama Tot is also mega. And I posted a video too today about a woman who is Black ally, and we found out that she is mega. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, so many of them. And the ones that we've not been able to uncover. Right? So how am I supposed to even trust you to talk about race with you? But Black people will continue to talk, they will continue to scream, they will continue to say it, because that is what it is. The fact that you all make joke with everything that got to do with Black people, Black experience, Black, like everything, their trauma, you all look for a way to bring it up. The fact that I also do not see Black people bringing up race most times, except when you all pull that card, that is when you see them pull their own card. I don't wake up to see Black people starting some conversations. You know that, right? But we wake up every day to some BS. On a very serious note, I don't want to be saying all this kind of content. I want to wake up and see normal news, because I report on the board. One thing is that you will wake up to BS every day. They're BS. But man, you all go do you, because this Asian woman, you are really crazy. On a very serious, I pity you. This, when I tell you about corny people, you know how much I talk about corny people. She is one of them. Those modern minority that can't even save their soul. One of them out there, cooning, because you got Yeti. I am using teenagers lingo. You got Yeti. I am signing out. I can do. Bye for now.